Hey, thanks so much for finding the video. Do us a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. Be sure to leave your comment. We love to interact. Enjoy the video. The seemingly inevitable finally happened. Sean Payton's ego-driven Taysom Hill experiment blew up on the same day that the Saints defense had its worst day. And you lose to a 3-8-1 football team, costing you a chance to clinch the division and costing you control of the 1 seed in the NFC. Brutal. Had too many people today. Hey, man, Taysom Hill didn't give up 2 100-yard rushing performances. Hey, did Jalen Hurts hold the Saints to 0 points and 98 total yards in the first half? You can blame the defense all you want. But the Saints defense put the clamps on Philly in the second half and gave the offense a chance, a fighting chance, to get back in the game and win it. By the way, 24 points and at one point a 17-0 halftime deficit, that's not an insurmountable lead. It's not like it was 38-3 at half. We've even seen in the NFL that's not an insurmountable lead. Should have said 28-3, my bad. Yeah. But I'll say this, man, this is more on Sean Payton than it is on Taysom Hill. It's more on Payton than Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's superpower, Taysom Hill's cheat code, the singular thing that gives him the advantage is his freakish ability to run the ball at his size. That's his thing. Did you see him turn the corner against Atlanta his first start? Like around left end? It's uncanny. He's outrunning Debo Jones to the pylon. And Sean Payton refuses to run it because he's got to prove that Taysom Hill's a pocket passer. Guess what? He's not a pocket passer. He's a check down Charlie. He can dink and dunk within 5 yards, fine. He can even throw some intermediate stuff that looks pretty good. Stretching the field is an embarrassment. We've seen it now. Go back to last year in the playoff game against Minnesota. The deep ball to Tommy Lee Lewis, he underthrew him by 5 yards. The first game he started against Atlanta, his 2 deep balls looked like punts in a middle school game. The touchdown he threw yesterday to Emmanuel Sanders, underthrown by 5 yards. The final touchdown drive, a 3-play touchdown drive, he's got Traquan open on the right sideline, underthrows him by 5 yards. That should have been a score. He had Sanders in the back of the end zone on second down, misses a wide open receiver in the NFL. And then throws a jump ball in the middle of the end zone to Jared Cook, which was behind him. A better defensive back, a better play by a defensive back, probably intercepts that ball, but kudos to Jared Cook for fighting for it and coming down with it. Sean Payton refuses to run Taysom Hill. 5 carries for 33 yards. By contrast, Jalen Hurts had 18 carries for 106. Let your guy do the thing he does really well. Sean will do it. I gotta prove he can throw the ball. Can't. Average at best passer whose ability to soften a defense by running the football magnifies or complements his ability to throw the ball, and Sean Payton won't do it. And by putting Taysom Hill at quarterback, you negate the thing he was so good at. The thing that was a differentiator in this offense, the point that at any point Taysom could come off the bench and he could run or he could throw or maybe he'd block or what. Like, you are voluntarily choosing to negate the thing that is one of your greatest weapons by doing this. By letting him go out there and fumble every week. By letting him miss open receivers downfield. It's not his fault. Taysom wants to be a quarterback. I don't blame him. And you know what? At times, he's been pretty good at the short and intermediate stuff. Pretty good. But not NFL starting quarterback caliber. Not when you got a guy on the sideline that's thrown for 5,000 yards in a season. And if you played that guy, you could have this guy doing the thing he does exceptionally well. Took 3 games. Took 3 games for an NFL defense to confuse Taysom Hill. His deep balls are awful. His fumbles are a full-blown catastrophe. I'll tell you, the other thing, and again, I know it sounds like I'm piling on Taysom Hill. You know how I feel about it. This is more on Sean. Like, this is Sean's decision-making. And then, maybe the most egregious decision Sean made in this game. It's the fourth quarter. You got 9:57 to play in the ball game. You're at the Philly 42. You're down 3. It's 17-14. You went to half, down 17-0. Your defense is held. You've battled back. You're in the game. You're down 3. You got the ball up there, 42. You could trot out Will Lutz for a 57-yard field goal, which is well within his range. And if he makes it, you're tied. You're all the way back. And on the other sideline, they're going, oh, crap. And instead, Sean goes for it. I'm not altogether furious with the decision to go for it. I mean, in that moment when you have a guy that, while he struggled lately, is a Pro Bowl kicker sitting right there, you say, go make a 57-yard. You're a professional. Go make a 57-yarder, tie this game. Let's get a stop, and then go win it. No. Going to go for it. 4th and 2. And what's the one that we talked about? The one thing that's Taysom's superpower, his ability to run the football. And what does Sean do? Rolls him out to the right. Going to try to throw a deep ball. And Taysom hangs on to it too long and does what Taysom does every week. Strip sack, fumble, possession over. Philly gets the ball at midfield, touchdown, game over. Man, I know a lot of y'all are like, man, why are you so mad? They're like, 10-3, one more win. They win the division. They're right in contention. The reason that I'm so mad is because there was only one goal this year. There was one goal this year. The one goal this year is to win the Super Bowl. It is Super Bowl or bust. It's not just me saying it. Like, literally, Cam Jordan and Drew Brees have said this. It's Super Bowl or bust. That's the one goal this year, is to win the Super Bowl, because it's the last opportunity for Drew Brees. We all expect Drew's going to retire after this season. And we all want to experience another Payton Brees Super Bowl, not just for our enjoyment, but also for Drew's legacy. A second Super Bowl matters because it breaks the tie with guys like Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson and Jeff Hostetler and other guys that won a Super Bowl. It's why Peyton Manning getting his second with Denver was so important to his legacy. It's why Dan Marino's never in any conversations about the greatest quarterback of all time. It's why Brett Favre isn't higher on the list. And we all want to see Drew get it. But this is your last shot. So I want to carve the clearest path possible to that. And in this year, where only one team gets a bye, that's being the 1 seed. And now we see this again, just like a year ago. A year ago, sleeping, coming off the bye at home against Atlanta and getting punked by a crap team cost you the 1 seed and very likely your opportunity, well, obviously at a bye and then home field advantage. And what you did yesterday in Philly, very likely now, because you've got KC coming up and Green Bay has really one tough game left. I mean, it's the NFL. Anything can happen, as we've seen. But they got to play Tennessee, and that's it. They Carolina, Tennessee, and the Bears. And so now your path to the Super Bowl through the 1 seed is muddied. You need help. You need a plum miracle. All because you went to Philly against a crap team and got egotistical. You thought you could roll your helmets out there and win. And you blew it. And now you're staring at the defending Super Bowl champs in the face. Coming into the Dome this week with only 3,000 fans, because, phase 2. Oh, I know y'all Taysom defenders aren't going to like this, man. Oh, boy. How could you say that about Taysom? But some of y'all are so blind, man. You're so blinded by your desire to see that story through and to make it happen that you can't see what's actually staring you in the face, which is he is an average at best passer. At 30 years old. He's not 20, like, hey, man, it's first time starting. He's 30. It's not like you got a raw 21-year-old who came out after his junior year in college and is learning the speed and developing. He's 30. Man, why do you hate Taysom? I don't hate Taysom. I love him. I think he's a dynamic athlete, and he adds so much of this offense in his role. But Sean's got to make him a quarterback, man. He's going to do it to the detriment of this team. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.